In this word problem, we have the height of a parallelogram is 18 centimeters less than its base. If the area is 175 centimeters, what is its height? Right. So a parallelogram is a shape where opposite sides are parallel. So it looks something like that. And our base is the bottom side, and our height is 18 centimeters less than the base. So height is going to be base minus 18 centimeters. Okay. And they also tell us that the area is 175 centimeters squared. Right? And they're asking us for the height. In order to figure out what the height is, we need to find what the base is, b. Okay. So what is the formula for the area of a parallelogram? Area of a parallelogram is equal to base times height. All right. So what we can do is we can substitute in 175 for a, b for b, and b minus 18 for h. So let's go ahead and do that. 175 is equal to b times b minus 18. I'm going to distribute out here. I'll get 75 is equal to b squared minus 18b. I'm going to put this in the correct form, right? X squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 by subtracting 175 from both sides. And I'll get b squared minus 18b minus 175 is equal to 0. All right, so now I'm in the correct form. And so to leave some room on the right side, I'm going to draw my x right over here. My a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 18, and my c is equal to negative 175. So a times c goes up in the top. That would be 1 times negative 175. That's negative 175. My b, my negative 18, goes in the bottom. And now I'm looking for two factors that multiply to negative 175 and add up to negative 18. And so you can try different numbers, but one thing that you should remember is that one of these is going to be positive and one of these factors is going to be negative because they multiply together to make a negative 175. So you can try factor and factor and factor, try different numbers using a calculator, and eventually you're going to find it's 25 and 17. 25 and 17 multiply to 175, and they subtract to become negative 18. Right? So what needs to be negative, the 25 or the 7, so that they add up to become negative 18? Well, obviously the 25 needs to be negative. Right? So I found my f1 and my f2, and now I'm going to write down my equation as a set of factors. So it's going to be b minus 25 times b plus 7 is equal to 0. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and solve. Right? And we know that if a times b is equal to 0, either a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. So let's say b is equal minus 25 is equal to 0. I'm going to add 25 to both sides, and I'll get b is equal to 25. On the other side, I'll say b plus 7 is equal to 0. I'm subtracting 7 from both sides, and I get b is equal to negative 7. So the only values for b for which this equation will stay true is if b is 25 or b is negative 7. Now remember, b is the length of the base of the parallelogram. Can the length of the base of the parallelogram be negative 7? No, that's ridiculous, right? So our answer for base is going to be 25. All right. So if our base is 25, well, they're asking what's the height, right? So now that we found the base, we can substitute it in for the formula for h. So h is equal to b minus 18. I'm going to substitute in 25 for b, and I get 25 minus 18. So height is going to be equal to 7 inches. Right? So I could put a box around that. And then I'm going to put the height. What is its height? I'm going to say h is equal to 7 inches.